Welcome to the Build Your Bankroll channel. This is Prolific, back at it with 8 college basketball plays for February 18th. We've got a huge slate today, 141 games. Should be a fun day. Just to recap, yesterday went 1-1, so an even day. So just down a little bit of juice yesterday. I do want to make a correction from 2 days ago. I looked at the Rice game completely wrong. I don't know what happened, but that game actually did go over the total. So we were 3-1 on February 16th and up a total of 0.82 units. So overall, that brings us to 4-2, up 0.73 units. Today's obviously a big day, so let's make it a positive one, build on these units, and let's get some W's. I've got 5 model plays for you today. I've got 3 feature plays, total of 8 plays today with 6 units in action. So should be a great day. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get in and break down the model plays. So like I said, I've got 5 of them. The first one is TCU, Oklahoma State. We're going to go under 142. That's going to be a 1-unit play. All 3 models are on this one big. And we've got 6, 7, 8 points of value here. So we're going to take TCU, Oklahoma State under 142. That's at bet 365 for the best line. The next game, Rutgers, Wisconsin, another under. We're going to go under 124.5. That's at Caesars. We're going to go a half a unit on this one. The next one is going to be Gonzaga and Pepperdine. We're going to go over 164.5. This one's at Caesars, half unit play there. And then we're going to go UC Davis, UC Irvine, over 146. That one is at Caesars as well, a half a unit play on that one. The final model play is going to be Toledo, Bowling Green, over 150.5. That one's at BetMGM, half unit play there. So there are the 5 model plays. We've got a total of 3 units in play for the model plays. Let's jump into the feature plays. So the first one is going to be Baylor at Kansas. Baylor's a 5.5-point underdog. This is going to be a 1-unit play, Baylor plus 5.5. So statistically, both of these teams look very similar. Baylor's won 10 of its last 11, only loss being at Texas by 5 points. Again, that's staying within 5.5 here. Kansas has won 5 of its last 6. So both teams are playing well. This should be a highly competitive game. These two are the best 2 teams in the Big 12, and they're both looking to kind of put their stamp as the conference leader here. So Baylor, they're 3-1 against the spread as a dog this season, and Kansas is 3-6 when they're favored by more than 5 points. Kansas is also 3-6 ATS in day games, which this game is a 4 p.m. tip. I think 3 p.m. Central Time, so this is a day game. Kansas doesn't play as well in day games as they do at night. This game should be very, very tight. Like I said, 2 of the top 12 teams in the Big 12. You're getting 5.5 points with Baylor. I think this comes down to a 1-possession game, so I'm going to take the points here in Baylor. Moving on to the next feature game. This is Iowa State at Kansas State. I'm going to take Kansas State minus 3.5. This is another 1-unit play. You can find this on FanDuel. This is at plus 100, so it's a 1-unit play. You bet 100, you win 100. So no juice in play for this one. So I'll admit I've got a bit of a grudge here against Iowa State. They burned me bad earlier this season when they blew a 20-plus point lead in the second half. Maybe one of the worst sports betting beats I've ever had. So I'm fading Iowa State here, and I'm going to be on Kansas State. And the other reasons, I've got several reasons here why I'm on Kansas State, but Iowa State's 2-6 ATS, their last 8. They're not playing good basketball away from home in the Big 12. They failed to cover the spread in 4 straight Big 12 road games. So Iowa State's not playing well on the road. Kansas State, on the other hand, they're 4-1 against the spread at home in their last 5. But they've also lost 4 of their last 5 games outright. So I think this is a good game at home to get back on track. They play well at home. And I'm gonna bank on Kansas State protecting their home court here. If you look a little bit deeper into the numbers, Kansas State, they're 7-1 ATS when favored by 4.5 or less, and Iowa State is 3-4 ATS when they're underdog by 4.5 or less. So this situation, it favors Kansas State. They thrive in these close games, especially at home. So one of the reasons why, as I look at some of the stats here, that Iowa State, I think, struggles in these close games, they're a terrible free throw shooting team. So they're ranked 320th in the country. You go on the road, that gets even worse. Kansas State, on the other hand, they're 69th in free throw shooting. Again, being at home, it's going to get a little bit better. So you look at these two teams, if it does come down to a close game, I think Kansas State might blow out Iowa State in this game, but if it does come down close, Kansas State's got the advantage at the line, and I see them knocking down some late free throws to pull away. Moving on to the final game here, I got a half unit in play on this game. This is Tennessee at Kentucky. Tennessee is favored by 1.5 at Kentucky. This number is on the move. It's draft. You can get it at DraftKings right now. Tennessee 1.5. I've seen it as high as 2.5 in some other books. So I'd jump on this one as quickly as you can. Tennessee, they've lost 3 of 5, and they're 1-4 against the spread in those 5 games. UK, not much better, losing 2 of 3 and 1-2 ATS in those games. So neither team is really in good form right now. Like I said, the line's on the move. It's up to 2.5. So looks like some money is coming in here on Tennessee. And I think that it comes down to Tennessee's defense. They're number 1 in the country in defensive efficiency. They defend the 3 ball very well. They only allow teams to shoot 24.7% from behind the arc. UK is just an average 3-point shooting team, so UK should really be limited here from behind the arc. Both teams are fantastic offensive rebounding teams, both top 5 in the country. So I was actually kind of looking at the under on this game just because of Tennessee's defensive prowess. However, both teams being fantastic offensive rebounding teams kind of kept me away from that. You see some missed threes, quick offensive rebounds, get a put back layup. We see 4 or 5 of those this game, and that could impact the under. So staying away from the under on this one. But overall, I just think Tennessee's the better team. They're going to win this game by a late bucket, and that's all we need here. We just need a 2-point win, and we're walking to the pay window. So those are my plays. Like I said, 8 plays, 5 model, 3 feature plays. Should be a fun day. Remember to follow me on Twitter at prolific_BYBR, and also follow the Build Your Bankroll brand at BYBR Podcast. That's also on Twitter. Let's have a great day. Let's meet up at the pay window.